back, y'all. It's your boy Jimmy Martinez. I'm here with my team, motherfucking Mike, G Money, Rick Ryan. We up in this bitch making this motherfucker work. Twerk, if you will. Yay, yay. You know what's crazy? A lot of people don't even know. See, I think I just started this radio shit through the podcast and through fucking my homies over at Allegiance and Skank and shit like that. You know, forever thankful. Shout out to you guys. My nigga Luis Gomez, definitely for, you know, just plugging this team together and shit. I'm forever thankful for that. But the truth of the matter is, you guys, I got started in radio back in 2003, 2004, somewhere around there, when my man, the big homie, Sway, from Sway in the Mornin, was doing Hot 97. This is fucking epic, man. First of all, shout out to motherfucking Sway, Rich Nice, Miss Info. You know, it was crazy just how that whole situation happened. How me and Sway, like, I was dating this lady at the time that was, you know, talking all this, that was like PRing for this R&B chick named Layla James. I believe her name is Layla James, and they put, you know, this bullshit word on Sway, talking about he was disrespectful in them, and Rich Nice was cursing and calling them bitches and all this wild shit. You know, real nigga like, word, when I see these niggas, I'm gonna see these niggas and I know who he is because I can see him every hour, every 10 minutes to the hour, every hour on MTV News. I know what he look like. He don't know me. Yada, 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 talking all that shit. But, you know, niggas say that shit just for the sake of the pussy, my nigga. You know, like, but we be meaning that shit, but we be saying that shit for the strength of the pussy, you know, just to let that pussy know, like, I got you. And, my nigga, one day I bump into Sway, like, maybe 3 weeks after this information. They was at some shit called the Puerto Rican Mixtape Awards, Mixtape Awards down in Puerto Rico. And after 3 weeks after she got back, I bumped into the homie. I was with my big brother, J Raff from the Lost Boys, LB Fan for Life, you know, and my little niece, his daughter Julia. And we was walking around in Times Square. This is when I had the big afro. I was all fat and shit. And I see Sway. And he talking to some white guy on 46 and like Broadway. And I'm like, yo, my man, I need to holler at you. And he tried to like one me off, like, hold on. And, you know, then he came back and we was hollering. I'm like, yo, Adi, I talking all this stupid shit. And this nigga dubbed me with this shit right here. The realest shit any real nigga ever said. And he said, listen, man. Because this is what prompted him to say what he said. When he was talking to me, we were in this in-depth, serious conversation about this sucker shit while white people are walking by and brushing them with my hair and stuff like that. And they're like, hey, what's going on? And he's seeing this, and I'm like, and I'm still being serious while talking. And he was just like, yo, he kept smirking and laughing. He was like, yo, listen, man, fuck all this shit. We can sit here and talk about this, or we could get some checks together. And I said, I'm into checks. He was like, I bet you are. He was like, listen, I'm doing this little radio show in New York right now, and I think you would be good as my resident street guy. And I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I didn't even know what radio station he was doing at the time. I just was like, fuck it, it's Sway from MTV. I'm doing this shit with this nigga. So he asked for my number, and he when he took my number, he said he was gonna call me, and I'm like, oh, here go the bullshit, whatever, dog. You know, gave the nigga my math and shit like that, and my big brother Jay Raff, we was walking and talking, and I was doubting that Sway was gonna call me, and Raff was like, "Nah, he a real nigga, Jim. Like he a real nigga. Like niggas in Oakland really respect him. Like this was just through the Lost Boys travels in the music industry and shit like that. I didn't really know about Sway music and history until he and I actually connected, and so." We're driving back home to Harlem from Midtown. J Raff, we caught a cab. It was Julia's birthday, and we're in a cab driving through Central Park, and I get an 818 number coming through my phone. I'm like, this is California. I pick up the phone. It's fucking Sway, and Sway was like, "So what are you doing tomorrow morning?" I was like, "Whatever you want me to do." He was like, "Can you be at the studio at 6:00?" I was like, "Shit, dude, I can be there at 5:30." I was at that bitch at 5 in the morning, bro. You hear me? You hear me, y'all? I was at that bitch at 5 in the morning. When I was there, Fat Man Scoop was leaving the bitch, leaving that motherfucker in the morning, like getting ready for us to go upstairs, and so I go up there. That this was just the first day, just to get a feel of stuff, and they sent me out into the streets, interacting with people, and I came back with some good stuff. And the third day that I went in, it was pouring down raining. But on this day, Mary J. Blige was the musical guest. Okay, and we in that bitch, and I didn't think Sway was gonna want me to stay or stick around. I wasn't on the payroll or nothing. And it's Mary J. Blige, and they got to handle serious business. And the Miss Info chick, she didn't really like me. She didn't really like. She always felt threatened by anybody that was coming to add to anything. You know what I'm saying? And it was just weird. I didn't feel an embracing warmth from her. You know what I mean? And fucking Sway told me, "Nah, Jim, chill in the studio today. Be a part of this interview." And I'm like, "Yo, this nigga is super dope. This motherfucker is super dope." And motherfucking dude, I'm in that bitch. Mary J. Blige comes in there. I am all star the fuck struck up, nigga. She with her husband, the nigga that she just divorced for cheating and all that shit. You a wild boy for that, my nigga. You bugging, my nigga. How you go fuck with the help, nigga? You bugging. Yeah, nigga, I'm Team Mary, nigga. You wildin', son. And you was a good dude. I won motherfucking $30 from him that morning. We was playing motherfucking CeeLo in the studio while Mary J. Blige was being interviewed by Sway and them, and I would charm in every now and then, say some silly wild shit. And to keep it a stack with you motherfuckers, all hail to Mary J. Blige, because she was the one to stamp me first in New York on the air. She said to Sway, "Who is this guy, Sway? Y'all need to keep him. He is fucking hilarious." She didn't say fucking hilarious. She said he is funny. And Sway was like, "Yeah, I know. That's Jimmy Marr. I found him on the street. He was just hanging out. I just told him to come upstairs." That was the ongoing joke. I just thought that shit was so clever and hilarious, but it's kind of true, So, after Mary J. Blige is coming through, we're getting all kind of guests. The nigga T.I. came through. T.I. was super chill. I was in court at the time. So I had when he was coming in, I was dating this chick called the Wild Dolphin. That's what we named her at the time. She bought me like these $400 pair of leather black on black Bo Jackson sneakers, classics. Shit was fire. and I was I was going to court that morning, but I stood in Ti. The first thing that nigga said when he saw me was like, "Yo, I love those shits. Those shits is cold, man. How much you pay for those?" And I told him, and we kicked it a little, and I told him that, yo, I wish I could stay, man, but I gotta go to court. And he was like, "Hey, man, I wish you well, man. Hold your head, soldier." Blah 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 blah. Went on about my business. And so, I started to get familiar, and my favorite motherfuckers ever to have met, that really kind of gave me my hood cred on radio, that, let niggas know I was official, and it was official. I want to shout out the Locks, my nigga. I want to shout out the Locks, man. My nigga Styles Pete, my nigga fucking Sheik Luch, and the big motherfucking homie Jadakiss, man. You know what I'm saying? We went in there. Those guys were teasing me, calling me names, and I called Jadakiss fucking Panthro for the Thundercats. And next thing you know, man, it was fucking on. It was like, it was no more fucking interview. It was like a snapping battle for like the next 5 minutes. Sway trying to get control of the room, and those guys were just so fucking awesome, man. And that's when we was on our Free the Locks campaign. So let me just point this out real quick about Hot 97, dude. With Jadakiss, dude. When I got fired, my dude Brother Bear had a lick for me down in Miami for the music awards that year. That's the year that Hurricane Katrina was coming through. Okay, but I had to get a flight down. He had my hotel, and he had some money for me, a couple of bucks, nothing crazy. I think like a little 200, 250, but the hotel, and my niggas in this rock band called My Chemical Romance was on for up for an award, and Jadakiss was up for an award. So I knew if I get down there, I could work my 1-2, and I can get up in the VMAs. But I didn't have a ticket. So I'm in the hood at the juice bar. That's where, all the hood niggas kind of like just get together. It's like it's like the second barbershop, the juice bar. And Kiss is up in there juicing up and shit. We used to get this drink called the Armageddon. It makes your dick so hard and gooky. When that cum busts out, B, that cum is so gooky. So fucking gooky. Oh, man, it's like Slimer from the fucking Ghostbusters, dog. Gook. That's what this drink, sea moss, oats, almonds, nuts, fucking, all kind, banana, all kind of shit in there, dog. And it don't make your dick hard right away. It's like a detonating dick. Like later on, when the dick is supposed to get involved, once she start playing around with that shit with her hand, your shit is already chubby ready. When your dick is just chubby, not hard, but chubby hard, like, I dare nigga to touch me. I'm gonna get rock hard on this nigga. I dare. Brush me up against, nigga, brush some broccoli up against me, nigga, watch me. Okay? So we in there getting that drink on in our life. And he was like, "Yo, Ma, I miss you on Hot 9, man. Nobody ever did it like you." And I was like, "Yo, man, I miss those days too." Blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, "Yo, man, you going to Miami for the fucking VMAs?" He's like, "Yeah." He was like, "Why? You going?" "Well, I got a gig down there, but I can't afford a flight." And that nigga Kiss said, "Yo, Jim, here, take this number." And he gave me his assistant, and she was the sweetest woman ever, man. Her name is Kiwi. Kiwi took care of my flight information, booked me a fucking flight. Kiss just told me to call her, tell her to book a flight. "Don't worry, I got you, Jimmy Ma. When you want to come, when you want to go, when you want to come back." And that nigga did that shit. Never asked me for nothing. It was just like, you good. Like, that blew my mind. And that man didn't owe me nothing. Just an all-around good dude, man. Good, real nigga, like 100 all across the board. So those are one of the relationships that I built that I still have to this day from Hot 97. You know what I mean? And those guys made me feel extra, extra comfortable where I started telling the truth up there. You know, like, let's just take a step back before Sway and Miss Info and Rich Nice was up there. There was these guys named Star and Buck Wild. And, man, oh my fucking God. Those guys were fucking epic. Epic. I didn't know what shock radio was until those guys, until fucking Star. I thought that the guy was a genius. I thought that he was a truth teller. I thought that he was an inspiration. So, you know, when I got on Hot 97, I kind of took some of that formula, but I kind of just made it more me. Like morning radio is prime radio slot. So for me to know what the real blueprint was, which was Star and Buck Wild, those guys were beating out the ultimate Howard Stern, okay? Every month, Howard Stern. When Howard Stern would come back into number one, it was just like, woof, we're here again. But here comes Star and Buck Wild again. Man, when I came to Hot 97, I just missed Summer Jam. Sway and all these niggas got booed by the stomach 60,000 at Summer Jam. I just came after that. When I came on that bitch, they were like in number 20. My first month there, we're like number 9. Second month there, we're in the top 3. Third month there, we're number 1. Fourth month there, we're number 1. 6th month there, we're number 2. I knew what. I just want to, man, watch the game, though. Watch this shit. When I got up there, Sway added me to the team because he was building something. And my dumb ass didn't see it back then. My dumb ass just, I'm a street nigga off the street, up in this fucking situation, still doing comedy at the time, but not realizing what this opportunity really was. Okay? So, of course, you know me. The reason why I didn't make it is because I shot myself in the fucking foot again. It's never no one else. It's always me, guys. I'm not a nigga that's gonna be out here blaming the world. No, it's me. All right? But that nigga Sway, man, that nigga believed in me. This nasty fucker named Tracy Clarity, bitch, saved Joe Button's ass one morning because this nigga tried to come up in there on some disrespectful shit with Rich Nice and Miss Info. I remember that fucking morning. I had the flu, and I was out partying all night. And right before I came upstairs, I got a mean dick suck in the car. So I'm feeble, my niggas. I'm weak. I'm laying down, my head on my arms and my head in between my arms, like letting them run this shit. Sway is in California with his daughter at the time. This nigga Joe Buttons get on some real fly shit. Some real extra fly shit that bugged me the fuck out. I didn't even know he was on it like that. Rich Nice was like, you know, Rich. Hey, he poor Rich. He had to live on that show as a character. This nigga was like a track master nigga. He up there is Rich Nice the pimp or some shit like that. But he tries to get Joe Buttons to do a motherfucking freestyle, and this nigga Joe Button dubbed him on some disrespectful shit, like a smack in the face. And he was like, said some slick shit. So you know me, nigga. I'm up for the mess. So my head perk up. I'm like, what's going on, fam? You coming up in here, and he said something slick to me. And I said, yo, bro, you coming up in here with all that energy. Where's that same energy when niggas is out in Newark snuffing you in chicken shacks? You bugging right now, bro. Like, as soon as I'm about to tear into this nigga for coming up there trying to disrespect the morning show, who the fuck coming to his rescue? This nasty bitch that was the program director at the time named Tracy Clarity. Tell you about this nasty three witches of Eastwood ass bitch. And she all three witches. This bitch was preventing Sway from getting the contract, bro. She would not help him succeed in getting the numbers for it, and he could have. And I feel so horrible now, not knowing that I was really that major piece that he was really relying on. And I didn't see that he was really believing in me like that, because whenever he would leave, he would let Rich Nice or Miss Info be at the helm of the radio in the morning. And to be perfectly honest, my niggas was in New York, y'all know. When Jimmy Marr was on the motherfucking radio on Hot 97 in the morning with Sway, y'all wasn't listening for motherfucking Rich Nice. Y'all wasn't listening for Miss Info. Y'all was listening for what the fuck is Jimmy Marr gonna do this morning? I know, I get it, man, but I didn't get it then. And I feel so sorry, so horrible for letting my big bro down like that, yo. And I know that shit hurt his heart. To this day, he doesn't even want to really talk to me. He doesn't really want to fuck with me. And I get it, my nigga. I blew one of the illest moments that you could have motherfucking marked in history in your hip-hop career. You know what I mean? I know, Sway. So as me being older and wiser and just getting a better understanding of the coof and etiquette of the motherfucking game, I apologize to you, bro. I apologize for fucking up your plan. And I'm saying that shit in front of my audience, dog, like real nigga shit. My nigga he always told people he was the Shaq of the morning show, and I was his Kobe Bryant. And I feel horrible about that shit. That nigga protected me on so many levels, bro. In my personal life, and in my business life. That nigga Sway was there for me, bro. Like, yo, Tracy Clarity tried to give me $300 each paycheck. That's $150 a week. And I was going to combat her in the office about that. And Sway said, no. And immediately following us that meeting, that nigga took me to the AFSTRA fucking office and got me signed up in the union. And they had to pay me $2,000 and something every paycheck. Minimum. A nigga Sway made sure that I was taken care of. And my dumb ass let him down by bombing on Miss Info stupid ass. But I didn't understand how, niggas was letting Miss Info get away with, culture jacking. And she used to disrespect our heroes, bro. Like she used to talk shit about motherfucking Aretha Franklin, Mary J. Blige. I remember the bitch said some wild shit about the guard Rakim, and Sway had to motherfucking save her after we was leaving the studio. I ain't gonna go into detail, but yeah, real niggas know what's up. What up with it? What's up with the what's up? Hot 97 was a crazy, wild time for me, man. Fucking, I got into a fight with this R&B nigga named Jaheim. That was the craziest day of my professional career life. I never thought I would get into a fight at my job. Yes. And how it happened was crazy. Like, he knew he was walking into the lion's den, my nigga. And you know, after I spoke with the big bro, and the big bro was like, yo, we're going to ask these questions. What questions do you want to ask? And we're looking. I was like, nigga, I'm going to ask the questions you niggas is afraid to ask. And y'all niggas know what it is, man. So, you know, everybody pussyfooting around, and I'm looking at Jaheim. I'm not saying nothing. He you know, but he quiet, watching me. And then I started to talk. I was like, hey, man, how you doing, Jaheim? I'm Jimmy Marr. Listen, man, I wanna take this time. I know that you're looking at me like a guy that just blew trial, and he's hoping that the judge is going to give him the minimum, but he knows in his heart of hearts he's about to get the max. So I'm just going to get right to it, man. And he was like, don't play yourself. I swear to God, this was him. Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself, you bitch ass nigga. Yo, my niggas, I didn't even see that. Yo, my niggas didn't even see that yet, yo. And I was just setting up. I was like, and then you're looking at me, hoping that the jury's gonna spare you, but you thinking like, you bitch ass nigga, I'm telling you, don't do it. And I was like, yo, my man, real talk, yo. All I want to know is, are you a homosexual or not? And yo, my niggas, all hell broke loose. Pandemonium in that Hot 97 small studio space broke loose. Okay, let me put the cast together. It's the morning show. Rich Nice, Miss Info, Sway, our producer at the time. His name was Eric, or was it Miguel? Eric or Miguel, shout out to those guys anyway, and myself. For the visiting team, there was Jaheim, his artist, Left Guns, Pookie, and my nigga Big Phil. Yo, my nigga, when I asked that nigga, are you a homosexual or not? This nigga lost all control. He grabbed the motherfucking computer that's embedded with wires into the floor and yanked it out of the desk a little bit and tried to throw it. His shit jerked back. It didn't go anywhere. And then the nigga started looking at me. And what's the next thing a nigga do? You ever get in a fight with your girl and your girl knows she can't beat your ass? So what's the next thing she start doing? She started throwing shit at you, nigga. And this is what this nigga did. He started throwing shit at me. This nigga threw Pepto-Bismol at me, a can of Lysol, some Vaseline, a little thing of Vaseline, a fucking Rich Nice's two-way pager. That's how I broke my fucking my knuckle and my right hand, my right fist. If you guys ever meet me, you look at my knuckle. It's the second one to my pinky knuckle. Jaheim threw a two-way pager, Rich's nice pager, and he broke my fucking knuckle, dude. I had to go to the hospital and everything. And then after he threw the fucking two-way pager, he took off his pinky ring, his diamond-studded pinky ring, and he threw it with all his might. That shit bounced all around so fast. I tried to see where that shit landed, dude. If I would have saw where it landed, I would have jumped on top of that shit and been like, you got me. I swear to fucking God. But After he fucking hits me with the fucking two-way pager, this nigga charges and grabs me, and then that's when I had to let the VJ action figure Jim go and introduce him to hood nigga action figure Jim. And that's when that nigga knew, wait a moment, this nigga's not a VJ. Cause we locked up. And if you niggas ever get audio of that, ever again, like Hot 97, after you are expelled from them, they try to make you vanish. They try to make your social your internet presence and everything vanish. So, it might be hard for you guys, but any of you guys that remember those days, I'm telling you the story. And for you guys that don't know, this is the real story. So, dude, fucking so we lock on, if you guys listen to the fucking story, you can hear me still while he's locked up, locking horns with me, telling him, just answer the question. Just answer the question. Just answer the question. And this motherfucker's like, you bitch ass nigga. Fuck you, you bitch ass nigga. And I'm just saying, just answer the question. My nigga Ebro comes, and Ebro comes in the room like, yo. Jaheim, let me just also let you know, once the nigga started throwing shit, everybody broke out. Rich Nice, Eric or Miguel, whichever one that was there. Menya, Miss Info, Sway. The only ones that was left in that bitch was myself and the visiting team. Jaheim, his hardest left guns, Pookie, and my nigga Big Phil. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But I gotta respect those niggas. They let me and the homie handle that shit. And then it was like, it was crazy. Ebro came in there. The shit got like, this all was going on live air, people. Okay? This was going on live air. People are driving to fucking work, and like people's trying to sue Hot 97 for getting in accidents and shit like that. Like, this was like some crazy, wild shit. And then, dude, and you know what was crazy? I'm like I'm still a huge Jaheim fan. You know what? That was the crazy part. Like, my nigga, but we know what's up. But I just asked the question. Just answer the question, bro. He comes back on the show, answers the question, and then it's like quiet. But then it was like this rumor in the streets that the nigga was like had a hit on me. So I called my big homie, Freddie Fox, aka Bumpy Knuckles. And my nigga Bumpy Knuckles, you know what I'm saying? That nigga made sure a nigga was safe. That nigga reached out and was trying to check on that. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was Quilla. I ended up bumping into the nigga right in my hood. The nigga was buying weed from one of my niggas. One of my niggas called me. They followed the nigga up 125th Street. I come out the bill, follow the nigga on 125th Street, go in the spot, and I walk up on the nigga. The nigga put his fish, his taste of seafood down. He thought we was about to fight. I just was letting that nigga know, yo, it's all love, bro. It was all love. Like, yo, Hot 97, that shit, Jermaine Dupri told me, man, you don't just have a job, nigga, you have an adventure. And that's the truth. That's how it felt up there. That's how it felt up there, man. Fucking LL Cool J. One fucking morning, man. This is where I just knew, like, all artists are extremely sensitive. Fuck this. Yo, man, I was excited LL was coming to the morning show the next day. Like, it's one of my heroes. I always wanted to meet this guy. Like, oh, my God. And the night before, what you guys got to understand was, right, when I was on Hot 97, when I was on Hot 97, like we had like 3 million listeners and all those whatever, but my fan base was only like 7 motherfuckers. And those 7 motherfuckers was niggas from my block, like niggas in my hood. I didn't care about what other people was thinking. Every night before I would go to work, niggas come and hang out, and we see what the fuck one will come up with for tomorrow type shit. So when I'm telling my big brother J Raff about LL coming, he from Queens. He know L. That nigga like, yo, watch out with L. That nigga mad conceited, dog. And I was going in that bitch to big LL Cool J up. All right. Now listen. At the time, Cannabis was in the Army. And I was like, wow, this nigga L took this nigga to the point where he ended his career and had this nigga go join the Army. Now, I just finished doing some fucking event for the Army at Mega Evers, where I had a whole bunch of Army gear. Army wristbands, Army headbands, Army t-shirts. I said, I'm going to wear this shit up there tomorrow, and I'm going to shout out my nigga Cannabis, and I'm going to, interact with L about this. Man, L Cool J comes to the show the next morning. We had these little bar of weights in there. You can hear whenever I do a rep, you hear the weights clink, 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 clink. So while Sway was speaking, it's like, yo, what's up, New York? We got big LL Cool J coming through today. He's going to be promoting that movie, SWAT, and what album is this? This is his 9th album? The GOAT? The GOAT, yeah, that's right. We got the GOAT coming through this morning. We getting all excited, and you hear the weights in the back, clink, 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 clink. And Sway goes, Jimmy Moore, what are you doing over there? And I'm like, clink, 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 clink. I'm over here working on my body. If I had had more time in advance and I knew that LL Cool J was coming here, I'd have been able to work on my body a lot sooner. But I'll be damned if he come in here. He's the only one with the sexiest body alive. So I'm working on my body. Clink, clink, clink. Oh, well, Jim, you go ahead. You keep working on your body. New York, you stay tuned. We got LL Cool J, blah, 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 all that shit, right? Boom. I'm thinking, yeah, that was good radio. Adia. My nigga, we walking through. No. We in the studio. LL's walking through with his reps from Def Jam. He's with slime bag scumbag Mike Kaiser, who is out here robbing niggas, telling them he can get IDs from the DMV for $750 and go in the DMV and have you waiting there while he got your money and leave you in the DMV all day long. You a nasty nigga, Mike Kaiser, wherever you are. But he's with motherfucker LL. LL walks through staring at people through a little window that you can see in the studio when he comes in. Now, when he comes into the studio, this is where I already knew the nigga wasn't feeling me. This nigga goes, he reaches and gives Minya, Miss Info, a kiss. Okay? He goes over and daps up Sway and gives him a pound embrace hug. Then he walks around me and go over to Rich Nice and says, "What up, baby? Haven't seen you in forever." Yeah, last time we seen each other, we worked on that what was that thing, right? That thing. That's Rich Nice. And then motherfucker Al goes and he sits right next to me. My niggas. Says nothing to me. Sway goes, "Hey, yo, that's Jimmy Marr. That's Jimmy Marr. He's new to the morning show." He goes, just like that. I'm like, oh, shit. Everyone's talking. Everyone's asking questions. And, I try to charm in and ask a question. I was like, hey, LL, man. So, listen, I just wanted to let you know, I'm a Cannabis fan. And I'm a huge fan of yours. And this nigga shut me down. Yo, my man, it's good you a fan, but hold on. Somebody else asked a question. I'm like, wow. My eyes instantly shoot up to the on air sign. Red light on, white light, bright on air. New York heard that. I fall back. Everybody else in there, dick riding. LL Cool J. I try to revisit this on another angle. This nigga called me dirty and bummy. I said, okay. All that shit was all good because, you know, I was a little dirty. I was a little bummy, you know. It was what it was. I was still rough around the edges. Still, you know, it's whatever, nigga. I hear that shit. But then the nigga wouldn't let me get involved. So I came up with an activity on the sideline. You remember that jar of Vaseline I was telling you guys about with Jaheim? Well, that Vaseline jar was back on the desk, on the table where the mics were at the studio. And every time LL Cool J licked his lips, I would swipe and put a coat on my lips, and I would go 1. And then he'll do it again. I'll swipe, put a coat on my lips, and go 2. This nigga did not catch on until like 37, 38. And that's only because Rich Nice started to join me at 32. And this is where everything got really dark and serious. Because once the nigga caught on to what the fuck was going on, the nigga started, this is my word is my bond, y'all. This on everything I love. The nigga had on sweatpants, and he was sitting next to me with his legs cocked open, and he's grabbing his genitals towards my direction like, yeah, you got that Vaseline on your lips now, so what you gonna do with it? You got that Vaseline on your lips now, so what you gonna do with it? Yo, my niggas, Sway went to commercial. I jumped up on that nigga. I stood up on that nigga and I was like, yo, my nigga, you invite me to your dick, I'll fuck you up in here, homie. Security was like, nah, chill, big man. It's only ready. I was like, no, nigga, you big man. You security. Don't ever invite me to your dick, Todd. And that nigga looked at me and that nigga was like, oh, all right. And Sway was like, Jimmy, chill. Because I'm a nigga that normally gets guests to walk out, okay? So when Sway was like, yo, Jimmy, chill, I just fell back. I went out to the motherfucking hall where the fucking intern was. Punchline, this kid named Punch, dope-ass rapper. For you niggas that remember Laris's Lounge, he's like a Laris's Lounge type rapper. He was the Laris's Lounge rapper. What the fuck am I talking about? Dope-ass nigga. Well, he was our motherfucking, our intern that would answer the phones in the morning, like when you guys would call in for motherfucking contests and shit like that. He would be answering the phone. There was another intern there that had a hustle where him and his man he would tell his man to call in. He would wait for his man to call and pick up his man call. You could be the 97th caller and it could be 150 niggas. He would wait for the 150th nigga, and if it's his man and we got the $1,000 prize, he'll give it to his man. You see what I'm talking about, my niggas? Like that was his hustle. So I went out that bitch, and we would call it taking a lap, because directly across from Hot 97 is the Kiss FM studio. All right, and and in the middle of that is the intern booth. So we would walk around it. So Sway called it taking a lap. I'm fuming, my niggas. This bitch ass nigga invited me to his dick. He didn't tell me to suck his dick, but no real nigga do no shit like that. Like, you bugging, my nigga. What the fuck is up? So I fall back. Sway asked me to take a lap, all that shit. I don't even want to be in that motherfucker. So I'm walking around. They're back in that bitch. And he wouldn't let me talk to him during the whole time that he was promoting the movie SWAT. I couldn't get shit in. They, Miss Info, Rich Nice, these niggas, he'd taken all their questions, not mine. So I went back in on a segment when he was promoting his album, The GOAT. My niggas, this is where everything got turned the fuck up. Because the nigga, he's so arrogant. So he was so arrogant at that time. So fucking arrogant, man. When I came back in on that segment, Sway waved me in, so I came in, I sat down, and he's like, you all right now? And I'm just like, yeah, all right. Whatever, man. Niggas is talking. That was Sway talking to me. You all right now? Not arrogant, nigga. He ain't saying shit. So, niggas start talking about the GOAT. And the question came around to me, and I started off like this. I don't care what nobody say. You one of the greatest rappers of all times. You've been around since the 80s, and you've been doing nothing but consecutive hits. So it is what it is. He said, yeah, now you could talk. You're making more sense now. And I said, you know what? You're right. You're right, man. You are the GOAT. You are the GOAT. You're one of the greatest MCs that's ever lived. And I'm going to say this right now in front of New York. I want everybody to know this, man. As far as you representing the hip-hop community in Hollywood, I want you to know from my deepest part of my heart, you should know that you absolutely are horrible. You suck. As an actor, you are the worst actor ever, dude. You overcommit to all your characters. Let's go down a movie list, if we will. Kingdom Come. I wish he would have came and shut down that production. You are horrible in that. Deep Blue Sea, the parakeet outshined you in all of the scenes you guys share together. Into Deep, dude, I could not take you serious as a gangster thug. I mean, you're the same nigga that sung, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall and in the back of my mind. Get the fuck out of here, Todd. Are you serious? Yo, he looked at me. It was like, yo, Sway, either he leaves or I leave. And I said, nah, I ain't going nowhere. Let's talk about back in 88 when Big Daddy Kane mushed you in your face on stage at the Apollo and took your mic and your chain. Let's talk about that, Todd. And these were his exact words, verbatim. LL Cool J said, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're talking about people that's my friends. Yo, on my mother, Funkmaster Flex was using that drop when him and LL was beefing over a car show. Power 105, LL was doing a car show, and Funkmaster Flex was doing one, and Funkmaster Flex was using that shit to murder that nigga on the Funkmaster Flex hour. When I dropped that bomb on him, he looked back to Sway, and he said, Sway, either he go or you go. Hey, my niggas, I didn't really know if I was really, really solidified on the show at the time. But Sway, once again, stood tall in the pocket beat. And that nigga said, nah, L, we can't do that. That's Jimmy Marr. He's a part of the show. This bitch ass nigga, LL Cool J, gets up, storms out of the motherfucking Hot 97 studio, and walks right across the fucking hall to the Kiss FM studio. Now, I want to try to set up this visual for you guys. When you open up the Hot 97 door in the studio, it opens up fast, but it closes real slow. Okay? So it's got all this time closing as he busts into motherfucking Kiss FM studio. I swear to God, on the sound bite when we listen to the tape the next morning, at the end of the fucking sound bite, as he's walking into Kiss FM, you hear Jeff Fox from the morning show says, "Hey, look who just walked into the living room." Oh my God, my niggas, yo. Rick Cummins, man, he was the fucking CEO of Emmons Communications. One time he came in there and I put him on my back. He's a paraplegic. I put him on my back and ran him around the office and shit. People was like, what the fuck is Jimmy Marr doing? He had a ball though, man. Like, I was wild up there. I was wild up in Hot 97. Oh, man, those are some great fucking times, man. Like, you niggas need to know Sway's a real one. He's a real one, man, you know, and fucking Ebro. He, you know, Ebro need to leave these young kids alone, man, and let these little niggas live. You know, I listen, man, I like what these little kids is doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're expressing themselves. I'm not, if you can find an outlet to express yourself and it doesn't harm anyone, and for some reason, these kids' numbers are extravagant. They're reaching the massives. You know, like I think we should get behind them. Trust me, man, I miss my 90s. I miss my 90s rap, bro. Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, Nas, Biggie, Tupac. My favorite rappers ever as a duo, Smith and Wesson. You know what I'm saying? The whole boot camp movement. Shout out to my nigga Sean Price. I used to be a fucking intern. Oh my God, guys, you guys don't even know. We got so much ground to cover to me introducing myself to you guys. Once again, man, I just really want to let you guys know I really appreciate just all the feedback. Everything that you guys are doing to push this agenda forward. It's us, man. We're not the 1%. All we got is us. And as soon as we know that, the better we know that, the faster the world is going to start to heal. Because, man, the brotherhood of love, the sisterhood of love, it's a really magical aspect, man, if we can really channel ourselves and get that. And I know that we can do that. I don't want none of you guys to ever, just because I'm expressing my opinion about someone, and just because you may hear some subtle venom or blatant venom, I'm not saying it to taint your views on them. I'm saying it to give you the information so you're aware. I'm not trying to pull no one down. Like, I want you motherfuckers to support Leslie Jones, but I want you guys also to be concerned about her. Because I'm concerned about her. This isn't the Leslie that I know. So, when you hear me talk about my big sis, that's what I'm saying. This isn't a show where we're going to tear down without building. It's all about awareness, guys. And I want you to start finding your self-awareness, man. Whatever makes you fucking happy, that's what matters. If it's not hurting someone else, if it's not distorting someone else's fucking perspective, if it's not fucking channeling negativity in any way, form, or fashion, push that shit, man. And this is the place for that. This is the place for that. This is fire in a hole, B. Every word I speak on this show, I stand by. They're factual. I'm not making nothing up. I don't want false fans. I'm looking for 1,000 strong fucking family members, dog. If you want to be a fan, come on, be a fan, whatever. But if you want to be a family member, dog, you want to be a part of some real shit, be a part of a real fucking team, dog, like niggas that's behind you and what you're trying to push while you're pushing their shit. Well, guess what, man? Welcome home. Welcome home, man. I don't give a fuck what race you coming from, what's your sexual preference, what fucking age, gender. I don't give a fuck what your beliefs are, whatever. You're a misfit. You found the place. This is it. Fire in the motherfucking hole, man. Listen, guys, if you want to support, we can use it. But if you don't, it is what it is, my nigga. We ain't tripping. Love is love, man. Follow us on motherfucking Instagram, Fire in a Hole NY. On motherfucking Twitter, Fire in a Hole NY. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is. This is a numbers game. At least let's get that popping. If you cheap motherfuckers don't want to send nothing. Love you niggas, man. Don't forget, at the end of the night, roll something up, nigga, and blow something in the motherfucking air. That's right, baby, because tomorrow we go be all right. I'm gone. You know what it is. Yay, yay!